Getty. Joe Root batting in the second T20 against India. Fabrice, England's assistant coach, also believes the hard-nosed manner in which Root was axed by limited overs. Skipper Eoin Morgan will help the Yorkshireman develop a more ruthless streak when it comes to his captaincy of the Test team. Root was dropped by England for the first time in nearly 5 years when he made way for returning of all-rounder Ben Stokes in Bristol on Sunday following a run of 7 innings without a half-century. Not since the final test of the 2013-14 Ashes series in Sydney has Root suffered such an indignity. But Fabrice, who just last week insisted the 27-year-old was undroppable, is confident of a positive response when he returns to the team for Thursday's first one-day international against India at Trent Bridge. Every player goes through a period where you either find it tougher or left at the side, he said. We all know that Joe's response will be to work harder, try harder and score more runs. That's the nature of him. I'm sure he was bitterly disappointed too. Be left out because he wants to play every game for England and he wants to show he's a high-quality player in all forms of the game. Getty. England limited overs skipper Eoin Morgan made the decision to drop the Test captain. We all know that Joe's response will be to work harder, try harder and score more runs. Paul Fabrice, but he'll be spurred on by that and he'll do all he can to make sure he's ready come Thursday. England lost the T20 decider in Bristol by 7 wickets as India chased down 199 with ease. However, Fabrice believes Root, whose Test team will head into the 5-match series against India later this summer, having won just once in 10 months, can learn a valuable lesson from Morgan's ruthlessness. I think he probably will, he said. There are signs of Joe really getting to grips with the Test match team as a captain, and I think any experience like he's had over the past few days will definitely help him. I'm sure he'll be watching the way Morgs talks to the team, the way he goes about things, makes the decisions he makes, and I'm sure those two will have lots of conversations about the role of being England cricket captain. I think he'll definitely learn from that. Getty. England assistant coach Paul Fabrice still backs Joe Root to perform while the decision on Root was ultimately made by Morgan as captain. Fabrice, who was acting head coach during the T20 series while Trevor Bayliss took time out, admitted he felt he had no choice but to back him emphatically in public while he was out of form. I know I said 10 days ago that he wouldn't get left out and I'm sure you're all waiting for me to explain why that is, he said. But the key is when you have players in your side under pressure. I think the honest answer for me is you support and back your players publicly. My view at that stage was to be very supportive of Joe. I still think, and I genuinely believe it, that if England are to be successful in T20 cricket over the next couple of years leading into the World T20, Joe Root will play a magnificent and big part in that. He is our best player, a fantastic player in all forms of the game. Yes, he hasn't got any runs in the last couple of games, and, yes, that does make you vulnerable in any side, but, genuinely, at that time, it was important for me to support the player who was under pressure. And I would do exactly the same again. The 3 upcoming ODIs against India will be a more accurate gauge of where England's 50-over team are right now rather than the recent 5-0 whitewash of an under-strength Australia. Fabrice is expecting an instant classic between the world's number 1 and number 2 ranked sides. Yes, it will be a brilliant series, he said. They're a magnificent side, they've got a lot of experience, high level of skill, and you can see that they're definitely here to get stuck into the challenge. I think it'll be a fantastic series and we're going to have to play extremely well to win it.